It's only been 24 hours since Superman 2025 by James Gunn hit the theaters, and already the internet is divided. Some are calling it the most hopeful Superman film we've ever seen in years. Others says it's just another bloated origin tale hiding behind bright visuals. But I'm here to go deeper. In this review, we're breaking down the characters, the pacing, themes, and execution because this movie demands more than just a thumbs up or down. It's been one day in, and we're thinking, is James Gunn's Superman the fresh start we've all been waiting for, or is it all cape and no core? David Corenswet brings something new to Superman. There's an earnest awkwardness, a vulnerability we haven't seen in years. His Clark is kind without being naive, strong without being cocky. And in most cases, it feels like Superman and not a god, but just a good man trying to do right in a messy world. But while his performance is grounded, the writing doesn't always give him space to breathe. There are key scenes that could have developed his emotional arc, his isolation, and his dilemma between Krypton and Earth. They are cut short in the service of the plot momentum. In short, it's compelling, but his journey feels compressed. It's as if the movie is in a rush to prove that this is a different Superman without letting us live with him.
Yeah,
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
sure.
Ready?
Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane has been getting a lot of praise, and rightly so. She's sharp, intuitive, and emotionally layered. Her banter with Clark feels very natural. Her drive as a journalist, very authentic. This Lois Lane isn't just a damsel, she's a co-lead. But again, the issue is depth versus screen time. She starts off strong, questioning power, following leads, helping shape Clark's moral compass, but by the midpoint, she's mostly responding to events rather than driving them. Her personal motivations, that is what she believes in outside of Clark, are touched on but not fully explored. This could have been a career defining Lois if the movie slowed down a little bit enough to explore her independently. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor is one of the more divisive elements so far, and I get why. It's cold, it's calculated, there's no manic laughter, no megalomaniac monologues. Instead, it's a tech mogul with a media empire and a weaponized public narrative. That should be terrifying, but the problem is it never escalates. Its philosophical conflict with Superman, order versus liberty, fear versus hope, is underdeveloped. We're told it's dangerous, but we don't feel it. Out gives a good performance, don't get me wrong, but the script plays it too safe, too subtle, and that's a missed opportunity for the reboot's core villain. James Gunn introduces a surprising number of characters. There's Mr. Terrific, there's Metamorpho, there's Hawk Girl, and a few more I won't spoil. Visually, they're cool. Dialogue wise, fine. But narratively, they feel pasted into the plot, as if the movie was afraid to just focus on Superman's story. You could remove them, and the emotional arc of the film would barely change. That creates a problem. This movie already had enough on its plate. It's a rebooted origin, it's a love story, it's a villain rise, it talks about global politics at times, there's Kryptonian flashbacks, and then the added characters just diluted the focus. But the film moves, sometimes that is good. The first act avoids dragging, but the downside is emotional beats get sacrificed for the plot momentum. There are key moments such as Clark revealing himself to Lois at the confrontation with Luthor and the concert scenes with Mrs. Kent. They're often shorter than they should be. There's no time to progress them. As a result, even when something powerful happens, it really lands with full weight. James Gunn seems torn between making a personal Superman story and a DCEU launch event, and that split focus creates a pacing problem. On the technical side of things, this is one of the most visually colorful DC films ever. Metropolis feels alive, the suit is stunning, and finally we get the bright red and blue with texture and presence. Flying scenes are dynamic without being dizzying. But the CGI heavy finale is a step down. The final battle features swirling energy, sky beams, multiple side characters, and CGI that, while they're serviceable, it starts to blur. There's emotional intent in the climax, but it's buried beneath the noise. The score, very solid, but not quite as iconic as the Hans Zimmer's version of Man of Steel. It supports scenes, but lacks a memorable motive. You will feel the emotion, but you probably won't want it after. This Superman is about hope, about choosing kindness when it's easier to give into fear. James Gunn makes that message clear. Clark's alienness isn't a burden, it's a lens to understand humanity better. There are light political threads, anti immigrant sentiments, disinformation, power inequality, but they are sketched, not fully explored. Superman deserves space to be philosophical, and this film brushes against that and then backs away. That's the story of this movie. Really ambitious, beautiful, but cautious. One day in, it's clear audiences want to love the Superman, but some are still waiting for the definitive Superman. So, what do you think? Does James Gunn's Superman 2025 soar or does it stumble? Did Gunn give us a Superman for this generation, or did the studios need to launch a universe get in the way? I'll be watching the comments and responding all weekend. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. More deep dives are coming, especially as the DCU expands. Thanks for watching, and remember, the world needs heroes who choose kindness. See you in the next video. Peace.